Welcome to your program, New Chance. A very good morning to everyone. I would like to show you this verse. We're going to display that on your screen, as you can see. In John chapter 8, verse 32, Jesus said, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Let's read again. "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Look to me, please. The truth represents the power of God. "And you shall know the truth," Jesus said. And how, you ask me, how you will know the truth? When you see the stories of people who have been blessed through the power of God. You know, the truth represents the deliverance, represents the presence of God, represents the transformation of people's lives. Maybe you are there, watch me right now, and you are looking for the truth. You are looking for a way out of your problem. But things are getting worse and worse and worse. I'm going to show you now a testimony of this lady that she was free from depression. One day she was lost like you are right now, but she found the truth. She found the faith. She found the promise of God through the word, and she received her totally deliverance. Watch her story, and we'll be back with you straight after. If the meantime you'd like to be in contact with us, we're going to leave below your screen our telephone number, and you can be calling us or texting us. This is your program, New Chance.
And before coming to the Universal Church, I suffered from depression. And it was ever since I was younger, at around the age of 9 years old, we used to have domestic violence in my house. My family always yelling, having fights. And I used to have the thought that my family didn't love me and that they would be better without me. And at around the age of 10, it was when my little sister was born. But I always had the thought that I was going to wait until my little sister was born and then I was going to run away. So I always had everything packed in boxes, in bags, and I was always ready to run away from the age of 10 years old. And then my little sister was born, and then I started feeling more hate towards myself because when she was born, then she was the one that was always babied. So the attention from all of us, all the other siblings, me and my twin sister and my brother, it was more centered toward my little sister. And it would get to the point where I would get dragged down the hallway. My dad would jump on my chest, trying to break my bones. He would choke me against the wall or against the floor. There was a time that I went through the wall. I hit my head so hard on the wall that I went through the wall, and because of all of this, I started to have more hate against myself. And at the age of 12, I tried drowning myself. At the age of 13, I was starting to take pills, and then after that, I started using a needle to cut myself. And I used to cut myself on my wrists just to feel the ripping of the skin just going through my wrists. And then at the age of 18, I was almost 18, I ran away from home, and I thought that I was going to be able to live on my own. I thought I was going to be able to go to school and do other things, and everything was going to fill that void that I had inside of me. And I ended up getting into a relationship, and that relationship ended up being the same as what I was going through at home. My ex, he used to hit me. Whenever I would try to run away, he would grab me and drag me right back into the apartment. Whenever I tried going through the door, there was a time that he told me that he didn't suggest for me to leave because the only way out was through the window, and he told me that if I did that, I was going to die. And in my mind, I was like, well, that's the only way out. And right after that, I found out I was pregnant, and I had so much hate against him and against myself because I didn't want to have a baby with somebody like that. And I started hurting myself, and I started drinking more, and I started hitting my head against the wall, like trying to knock myself unconscious. And at 13 weeks, I went and I had an abortion, and I ran away from the apartment. But everything I did, I thought it was going to hurt him, and it hurt me even more. So because of that, I locked myself in my own home. I was going house to house, running away from him, trying to run away, trying to hide from him. So I was going from friend to friend. They were all taking turns in hiding me, because everywhere I went, he would always find me. He went to my parents' house when I stayed there. He broke into the house in the middle of the night when I was sleeping, and then the next day in the morning when I was sleeping. And that morning he grabbed my feet, and he was trying to pull me out so that I wouldn't be with my parents. And everything it was just back to back, and I just thought that I just wasn't meant to be happy. And my mom was coming to church, and she would always tell me that if I came to church, that all of that was going to go away, the hate, the anger. And it was in one of those times that I was by myself, that I was just like, okay, like I'm going to go and I'm going to try it. But if it doesn't work, then I'm never going to go back. And sure enough, I went, and then immediately one of the first things that I felt was just like comfort. It was like a certainty that I was in the right place, that this is where I was going to find the solution to the depression that I was feeling inside, because nobody was able to help me through it. My twin sister, she would always try to come home, pick me up, take me to theme parks, take me to restaurants, take me to we would go to Palm Springs like every other week, and nothing that she did, and I know she tried so hard to take that depression away from me, but nothing helped. And I was just in my house, and I just locked myself in, and I didn't want to come out. I didn't want to go to work or go to school. I just wanted it to end there. And every night I would just wish that that would be the last time that I went to sleep. And I mean, it never happened. So that's why I came, and I decided that if there was going to be a way out, that I was going to give it a chance, and I did. And then little by little, the depression, the hate, the anger against my dad, against my mom, against everybody in the past that had hurt me, all of that started going away. And then the depression went away, and the anxiety and everything went away, and everything got replaced with happiness. And now I don't have any more hate against myself, any more hate against my parents, and now I'm a completely transformed person inside and out. And coming from the Universal Church, I broke free from the depression I had, and today I am depression free.
We are back with your program. As this lady found the truth, you heard her testimony, you saw how her life was, how her life is today is a completely clear difference. The same way can happen in your life, because this program that you are watching us, maybe you were on your Facebook, maybe you were on your social media, YouTube, try to distract, try to not think about your problem, and you found us. You know that you didn't found us by coincidence, but this is part of God's plan to change your life, to make you to know this truth, because there is a way out for you. Maybe someone told you, maybe people have been telling you, or maybe your thoughts has been telling you that there is no way out for you. That's why you have even thoughts of giving up. Sometimes you are carrying even thoughts of committing suicide. But please, do not do that, because this is not the end. Kill yourself, or give up of your problem, or give up of your family, or simply knock yourself inside of a room and don't answer telephones, don't talk to people, that's not going to solve your problem. You see that your problem is getting worse and worse and worse, because your problem is spiritual. And the only way for you to treat a spiritual problem is when you go to God, because God is the only one that can set people free. You know, the words that we read to you today was the words that Jesus spoke. That's why, as this lady found the truth, you can find the truth as well. Join us tomorrow at the Universal Church here in Stockholm, or any place where you are watching me. we're going to have this strong prayer for deliverance. We are leaving this chain of prayer of the Via Dolorosa. And actually this week we're going to be praying for people who are suffering injustice. Maybe you are there, watch me right now, and you think the following: is not fair the way that I'm living. I have been trying to give my best to my family, but my life is not going forward. You know, I didn't make anything evil, but I have been receiving evil in my life. Maybe you are a victim of jealousy. Maybe you are a victim of a witchcraft. Maybe you are victim of a work of evil. Your life simply blocked. Simply blocked. You don't have an explanation. I'm inviting you, either if you believe or not, because sometimes you are watching and you don't believe in nothing of what I'm saying. But you can only take your own conclusions if you take your step of faith. If you take your step of faith and join us at the Universal Church. Okay? Here in Stockholm, we are at 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and also especially at 7 o'clock in the evening. In this chain of prayer of the Via Dolorosa, you are our guest to join us. 10 in the morning, or especially at 7 in the evening. And also we have an afternoon service for those who speak Portuguese at 4 o'clock. Our address is Birger Jarlsgatan 106. We are very close to the t-bana Tekniska, and you are our guest to join us and to change your life. If you are watching me from Gothenburg, we're going to have this prayer of deliverance as well, but will be on Saturday at 12:30 in Gothenburg. Every Saturday at 12:30 also, we are there at our Universal Church to fight for people's life. Our address is Ringögatan 13, Infart 7. And for more information, you can visit our website, www.uckg.se. May the Holy Spirit bless you all, and decide today to start a new life, because your first step is the most important one. And the moment that you give your first step, God will do the rest. God bless you. Have a good day.
Depression. There are many possible causes of depression. It's believed that several different forces can interact to bring on depression due to the millions, even billions of chemical reactions going on in our brain that can affect how we process situations and experience life. Whether it be traumatic moments or simply just seasons changing, all is said to be causes of depression. The perplexing studies behind depression certainly shouldn't be dismissed, but beyond the physical factors of mental illness come the spiritual factors. Behind all the physical aspects of depression is an evil spirit that brings constant thoughts of sadness, crying spells, insomnia, discouragement, and forces you to do your best to manage the symptoms and hope things get better eventually. Depression has stolen your joy, hobbies, pleasures, quality time with family and loved ones. Depression has stolen your life, and it's not fair. You feel devastated, misunderstood, and alone. You've tried doctors, medication, and just shaken it off like everyone says, but nothing works. You're exhausted and longing to go back to a time when you were once happy. Join us at a Universal Church near you. We have an inspiring message and strong deliverance prayers for you or a loved one you know who is currently experiencing depression. Don't lose hope. We know there is a way out of depression. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Depression can be defeated. It's time to end depression and begin living.
This program is brought to you by UCKG.